dark side, a path to power, to near unlimited power. In the case of one man, the darkness also granted him immortality, one of the major goals of the Sith as an entirety. But this immortality came with a price. While it was true this individual could not be killed, he was burdened with endless and excruciating pain. His body suffered, but time after time he returned. This Dark Lord eventually became a prisoner within his very body. This Lord of the Sith was named Darth Sion. In the days when Sion could be considered human, he became a Sith Lord among the ranks of Exar Kun's empire. Sion would become obsessed with pain, hating it like most beings do, but also focusing on it intensely. The way of pain became his life. Sion's job in Exar Kun's army was as a pure warrior, tasked with eliminating the Jedi. Once the Empire began to crumble, Sion became determined to die, venturing into battle for what he thought a final time. Wave after wave of Jedi came to meet Sion, and miraculously, through the power of the dark side, Sion struck them all down. But his victory came with a price. For each Jedi he killed, his pain grew, through both the exhaustion of battle and successful damage levied by the Jedi he had killed. Eventually Sion was struck down, but something happened. As Sion fell, his body lurched back to life, fueled purely by the darkness. Sion again rose and killed the Jedi responsible for his first death. However, Sion could feel his spirit drifting, his body different than before. It had died. While he could force himself to remain, his body itself was in fact killed on that day. In order to remain in the physical realm, Sion had to continuously focus on his hatred for the Jedi and pain he felt all his life. Because of this immense darkness, his soul remained. The Sith then retreated for a short while, and would later return to fight in the Mandalorian Wars, and later under the newly deemed Sith Lord Revan, who Sion viewed as a savior. Unfortunately for Sion though, Revan would turn on the Sith, returning to the light. The crippling blow came when Revan killed Malak, and all hope was lost for the Sith Empire. With their prized members no more, the remaining Sith Lords began scrambling for what power remained, killing whomever got in their way, especially one another. The Sith broke themselves, some retreated to unknown space, and others proclaimed new emperors and leaders of the Sith Empire. Amongst all the chaos and death, Sion still clung to life though. For several more years, Sion retreated into hiding, until one day he was found by another Sith. This Sith was in fact the former master of Revan, a Dark Lord Sion had greatly admired, and a former Jedi herself. This Dark Lady's name was Darth Traya. Traya offered Sion something he had never received before, the opportunity to be at the forefront of the Sith Order and to keep peace in their hoped victory. Sion agreed, seeing great power and wisdom in Traya. Traya took Sion as her apprentice, as well as another Sith Lord named Nihilus, and the three plotted their revenge. However, the Sith would begin to plot to destroy one another, as Traya would comment, to be united by hatred is a fragile alliance at best. Eventually, Sion and Nihilus joined forces and overthrew their master Traya, severing her connection to the Force itself. Following this, Sion began a campaign similar to what another Sith would carry out thousands of years later. Personally, Sion hunted down Jedi, being defeated numerous times but returning and destroying his foes. As time went on, other Sith themselves emerged from hiding, seeing the evident power of Sion and Nihilus, and thus the Sith were once again united. A final blow was dealt to the Jedi when Nihilus destroyed a large remaining group of them using his immense power over Force drain, leaving Sion to pick off the few Jedi that remained. And now you run in search of the Jedi. They are all dead, save one, and one broken Jedi cannot stop the darkness that is to come. This last Jedi was named Mitra Surik, who herself was banished from the Order years ago. Sion relentlessly hunted this last Jedi, eventually finding her, but his ship was attacked by the Republic vessel Surik was on. Sion was believed dead, and the crew of the ship brought him on board, believing he was simply a corpse. The medical crew aboard the ship were fascinated with Sion, as he showed some signs of life, but possessed a body so completely broken and dead. Again forcing himself back, Sion killed most of the crew and moved to confront Surik, but he could not find her. Unknown to him, his former master had survived, and now in a bid for revenge against the Sith, was aiding the Jedi. Sion would continue to pursue Surik, being attacked by Traya, his former master, now calling herself Kreia, but easily besting her due to her Force connection being severed. Sion would eventually hunt down Surik, and the two would finally duel. Although outmatched by the superior power of the Jedi, Sion willed himself back from death after every defeat, prompting Surik to again retreat. But something happened to Sion over the course of his duel with Surik. He had gained respect for her, and beyond that, found her beautiful and admirable. These feelings began to torment Sion, as he could feel his life slipping away due to his hatred being slightly diminished. Unfortunately for Surik, after defeating Nihilus, Kreia betrayed her, again claiming the title of Darth Traya. Traya again sought out Sion, making him her slave and scorning him for his betrayal. Sion came to the conclusion he was not meant to rule but serve, and fell in line as Traya's apprentice. Surik would go on to pursue Traya, and so, she would order Sion to kill her. Convinced he had become more powerful than Revan ever was, and wishing to serve his master, Sion confronted Surik for a final time. Despite being defeated, and in fact momentarily killed, his darkness pulled him from the abyss. The two yet again would clash blades, and Surik would begin attempting to show Sion the truth of his master. Surik told Sion Traya viewed him as weak. She explained Traya respected those who did not require the Force to be great and powerful, and those who could rise without it, and explained in Traya's eyes Sion was nothing without the Force, and held no value. He was literally dead to her. 4 times Surik struck down Sion, and 4 times he returned. As he rose for a final time, he revealed he had learned the truth of Traya, and that what he believed was power was in fact weakness. Sion then allowed himself to die, letting his anger momentarily slip away, so that he would be no more, and finally die for a final time. In the end, only Sion could have ever destroyed himself. His hatred and pain kept him alive due to how intense it became, but ultimately, as he discovered, a life of pain is no life at all. So that was Darth Sion, the Sith that could not be killed. So tell me what you think. Are you a fan of Sion, and do you think we could ever see a character like him in the new canon? Also, what about Sion do you think was so special that he achieved what many Sith tried to but could not? I'm interested to hear your theories. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like as it helps the channel out a great deal and I really appreciate it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't yet, maybe consider subscribing to ensure you stay up to date with everything Star Wars related. If you have any lore topics or questions you want answered, do not hesitate to tweet them at me at thestupendousswave on Twitter or leave a comment and I will try my best to answer or make a full video dedicated to that topic. Thanks again for watching, may the Force be with you, and have a great day.